Ever felt like you're finally ready to take control of your finances, maybe consolidate some debt, or tackle a home improvement project, only to hit a wall because of your age? It's a frustrating experience, and it makes you wonder, are there age limits when it comes to borrowing money? Specifically, what about online lenders like LendKey? That's exactly what we're diving into today. We live in a world where online lending has exploded. It offers convenience, often faster processing times, and a wider range of options compared to traditional banks. Platforms like LendKey act as a bridge, connecting borrowers with credit unions and banks for various types of loans. This model can be incredibly beneficial, but it also raises some questions, particularly about eligibility. And one of the most common questions is, does age play a factor? Before we tackle LendKey specifically, let's quickly touch on the broader legal landscape. In the United States, the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, or ECOA, is a federal law that prohibits discrimination in lending. This means lenders cannot discriminate against borrowers based on several protected characteristics, including race, color, religion, national origin, sex, marital status, or age. So, on the surface, it seems like age restrictions should be a thing of the past. However, there are some nuances. While lenders can't outright refuse you a loan solely because of your age, there are some situations where age can indirectly play a role. For example, lenders can consider factors like your income, employment history, and credit score. These factors can sometimes be correlated with age, particularly for younger borrowers who may have a shorter credit history or less established income. Similarly, for older borrowers, lenders might consider the length of time until retirement and how that might affect their ability to repay the loan. It's not about discriminating based on age itself, but rather assessing the borrower's overall financial profile. So, where does LendKey fit into all of this? LendKey, as a platform, doesn't set its own lending criteria. Remember, they connect borrowers with a network of credit unions and banks. Each of these individual institutions has its own underwriting guidelines and eligibility requirements. This means that while LendKey itself doesn't impose age restrictions, the lending partners they work with might have certain criteria that indirectly relate to age. For instance, a credit union might have specific requirements around employment history or income stability. While not explicitly an age restriction, these requirements could be more challenging for younger borrowers who are just starting their careers. Similarly, some lenders might consider retirement income differently than regular employment income, which could impact older borrowers. It's crucial to understand that these aren't necessarily discriminatory practices. Lenders are trying to assess risk and ensure that borrowers can realistically repay the loan. They need to consider various factors to make responsible lending decisions. Now, let's talk practically about what this means if you're considering a loan through LendKey. The best approach is always to check the specific requirements of the lending institution you're matched with. LendKey's website generally provides information about the types of loans offered and the general eligibility criteria. However, you'll usually need to start the application process to get detailed information from the specific lender. This is where you'll find the most accurate and up-to-date information regarding their individual requirements. Look for details about income requirements, employment history, credit score minimums, and any other relevant criteria. Don't hesitate to contact the lender directly if you have any questions. They can clarify any specific requirements and help you understand if you meet their criteria. Another important point to consider is the type of loan you're seeking. Different types of loans may have different eligibility requirements. For example, student loan refinancing might have specific requirements related to your degree and current employment, which could indirectly relate to your age. Similarly, private student loans might require a cosigner, especially for younger borrowers with limited credit history. Personal loans, on the other hand, are typically based more heavily on credit score and income. Again, while not explicitly age-based, these factors can be influenced by your age and life stage. So, to summarize, there isn't a blanket yes or no answer to the question of age restrictions on LendKey loans. LendKey itself doesn't impose age restrictions, but the individual lenders they partner with might have criteria that could indirectly affect borrowers of certain ages. The key takeaway is to do your research, check the specific lender's requirements, and contact them directly if you have any questions. It's also important to remember the broader context of lending. Lenders are looking at your overall financial picture, not just your age. If you have a strong credit score, a stable income, and a solid financial history, your age is less likely to be a significant factor. If you're a younger borrower with a limited credit history, focusing on building your credit score and demonstrating financial responsibility can significantly improve your chances of loan approval. This could involve getting a secured credit card, becoming an authorized user on someone else's credit card, or consistently paying your bills on time. For older borrowers approaching retirement, demonstrating a stable retirement income and a manageable debt-to-income ratio can be crucial. It's all about presenting yourself as a responsible borrower, regardless of your age. Navigating the world of online lending can seem complicated, but by understanding the process and doing your due diligence, you can make informed decisions and find the right loan for your needs. Remember, transparency is key. Don't hesitate to ask questions and clarify any doubts you have with the lender. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.